So this is the video of Veekee James, Nigerian celebrity designer, that has been on every blog, and Nigerians are blasting her about the video. She was dancing with her brother and twerking. And now, because she introduces herself as daughter of Zion, someone who served God, and during her wedding, of course, she was all covered up and it was more like a Christian wedding. Obviously, Veekee James had a very big wedding, like it was a blast. It was such kind of wedding that broke the internet. But it seems there are people who are behind the scene that are not happy about the wedding, because following the wedding, she shared different moments from her engagement to introduction to photo shoot with her man Femi, to traditional marriage, to the white wedding, to the bachelor's eve, you know, her bridal shower. So many parts to her wedding. Like, her wedding took like 3 weeks before it finished on the internet. But it seems there is somebody somewhere that is not happy for Veekee James, or there are some people somewhere that are doing everything possible to make sure they bring her down. But as it is said, sometimes when people try to drag somebody, it may be working, but on another turn, it may be a blessing coming to the person, because despite all this dragging, at this point, people are even tired of whoever is behind all this dragging, because even if there was a point she was dancing secular musics and twerking, how is that supposed to be somebody's business? And how is even that supposed to be like a very big abomination that is not done anywhere? And the fact is that the lady is not even disputing the fact that there was time she had not given her life completely to Christ. Yes, and if there was such time and now she decides to serve God completely and commit everything about her to God, why would people go to be digging out her past after her wedding? So it obviously shows that someone is somewhere behind the scene, not happy for her and making sure that they want to bring her down. Because when this girl started sharing her wedding moments, from the engagement, the introduction and everything online, everybody felt she was doing too much. Not everybody, some people gave a narrative that she was doing too much. And somewhere like that, she was trying to force her wedding to trend, but it's not trending. So we saw such kind of comments everywhere. But they continued their thing and they're done. Now, after the wedding, she moved for a honeymoon with her man, and she's still being talked about. In short, to make it worse, just a couple of days after the whole wedding, someone dug up this particular video that is trending now, showing where she's twerking. And people are commenting differently. Even people that do not have any place in her life are saying what they shouldn't be saying. Someone who is a popular blogger, I should call him a doctor turned blogger, because I don't understand why he will have to make such comments about women. That's derogatory, and nobody should talk to people in that manner. According to him, he took to his page on Twitter X and he said, "If Veekee James' face didn't show clearly on this video, I would have sworn by all my ancestors' graves that she isn't the one. This is another reminder for men who go to the church to choose wife. It's the ladies you are avoiding by the roadside that still change clothes and go to the church." And people were sharing this and reacting differently, and I'm like, this person is actually so wrong to say this. It's quite very unfortunate that the internet has become a place where everybody can now say what they want to say without restrictions, without thinking how it's going to affect the other person. And just as this video was trending, I also love the fact that some people were like, whoever is doing this to Veekee James is becoming too much. Even the people that were saying that she was doing too much in her wedding are now supporting her, because it's obvious, like it's now so clear that someone is somewhere behind the scene, and the person's dream is probably to just bring this lady down. We know this lady as someone who built her own wealth through her craft, which is sewing, you know, fashion designing. She has crafted a niche for herself and she's doing absolutely well. And while it was trending, another report broke out that she fell out with one of her very best friends, whose name is Br0ke. And Br0ke happens to be the boss of her husband before now, Femi. Yeah, Femi worked as a manager for Br0ke. And that was where Veekee James met Femi. Now, this is where the story becomes very confusing, because according to the story that Veekee James would normally come to the workplace of Br0ke, her friend, and see Femi, and from there they started catching feelings. And during work hours, Veekee James will come and take Femi, according to the story, allegedly, and they will hang out. And after hanging out, he will come back. Some people said it was affecting Br0ke's work, but somehow they fell out. Some were like that Br0ke didn't want Veekee James to have a thing to do with someone who is working for her, because he was more like a low-class person compared to them. He had no money like she has. They're not in the same class, that she should not date Femi. But somehow Veekee James was already in love with Femi, and Femi seems to also be in love with her. And they continued their relationship, and according to the report, that Veekee James and Br0ke fell out. Some are like, could it be that Br0ke is the one that is trying to bring her down because of how they fell out? But I feel like this thing is just a misunderstanding. If Br0ke didn't want Veekee James to date her worker, they should have talked it over. And at the same time, you don't know if Femi is her soulmate. You can't stop people that are in love. Love is a different thing compared to when it comes to other things. When someone has fallen in love with somebody, it's difficult to tell the person to come out unless they decide they don't want the relationship again. And I do not see anything wrong in someone dating someone below her. Because she's a successful woman doesn't mean she should not fall in love with a man who is below her class or whatsoever. So the dragging was too much. Somewhere like even that she's the one sponsoring the wedding, Femi doesn't have anything. How is that supposed to be people's business? This woman found a man she wants to be with, and the man loves her. He proposed, she accepted, and they're having their dream wedding. Why are people dragging them? So, and the report continued that because they went ahead and continued the relationship, Br0ke didn't know they were gonna get married. She thought it was just a thing, but probably when she saw it was getting serious, she decided to fall out with them. And I'm like, that is kidding, because I don't see why you will not allow your friend date your worker. Guys, do you think there's something wrong with someone's friend dating the person's worker? What do you think about it? Leave your own opinion in the comments below, because in my own opinion, anybody can fall in love with anybody. And what matters is that they're happy together. Veekee James is successful, so she's not really concerned if the man she's going to get married to has to be as successful as she is. She said Femi gives her peace of mind, and that is very important. For me, in a relationship, peace of mind is paramount. So whoever is behind this should just let these people be. Their wedding is over. They've started their marriage, they're in honeymoon, and they are living their lives. Can people just move on? And whoever is trying, that is, if there is anybody allegedly trying to bring her down, the person should just stop. Now at this point, people are even pitying Veekee James, and now, you know, liking her more. So just let her be, let her do her thing. It's her that is in the marriage, and she's the one in the relationship. If for any reason it's her friends that she fell out with, they should just cool down and let everybody move on. She has chosen her own path. You guys should just let her be. What matters is that anybody who chooses whatever they choose is happy about it and is willing to take responsibility that comes with their decision. And to be very, very honest, if we are to look at it critically, Veekee James and Femi look absolutely beautiful together. So why would someone be out there just now that she's wedding? You're bringing out an old video where she was twerking. For what reason? You want the man to leave her after all they've been through to just get married? You want the man to say, oh, she's pretending to be a Christian, she was wayward? What are you trying to achieve? I feel like at this moment, let these people be. Anyway, I just wanted to say my mind, because this is really trending and it's not a nice one at all. But honestly, Veekee James is loved, and that is fine. Let her be. It's her life. Whichever path she chooses, it's her decision. Once she takes responsibility, it's fine. Don't forget that this is Quick View Sports, your Africa starter room with celebrity stories that you would love to watch. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us across social media to stay updated with all the latest stories. Thank you. Bye.